Alright boys, the new champion Galio finally has come out. So in today's video, we're going to be going over his passive, all of his abilities and combos that you can do and what you should be building. So first, let's get into the passive and abilities, guys. So, Colossal Smash, right? Enhances his next attack to deal 334 magic damage to nearby enemies. And it is pretty good, guys. As you can see, my fists will light up. Right there, that is the passive. It literally lights up, and that means my next attack will do a bunch of damage. So it's simple, and you could visually see it, right? Alright, Winds of War. Fires 2 wind blasts that deal 70 magic damage and converge into a tornado. The tornado deals magic damage equal to 8% of target's maximum health over 1.5 seconds. And it is actually pretty cool, and it does a good amount of damage. It does damage over time, but it's a very simple ability. You just literally click it and it sends 2 tornadoes towards them. So it's a pretty cool ability, guys. Alright, the second one, Shield of Durand. The passive, every 12 seconds upon taking magic damage, Galio gains a shield that absorbs 178 magic damage for 3.5 seconds. Basically, guys, whenever you use this ability, there's just a flat passive on it where you will be getting shield to absorb magic damage. So that's pretty good. Now, there's 2 ways to use this ability. When you're holding down the ability, it enters a defensive stance. Slowing himself by 25% for up to 2 seconds, takes 26% reduced magic damage and 13% reduced physical damage. So that's when you hold it. Basically, you're slower, but you're a lot more tankier. Now, when you release it, it deals 43 magic damage to nearby enemies and taunts them for 0.5 to 1.5 seconds, increased with hold time. Okay, so basically, once you get out of it, you could taunt the enemy and do magic damage. So we're going to show this way in 2 ways, right? We're going to first hold the ability. As you can see, I'm super slow, and when it explodes, it taunts. But let's say you don't want to hold it. Let's say you're super far and you just want to pop it right away. You could just pop it, but it's kind of bad if you do that. You want to make sure you hold it as long as you can and get that taunt, boys. Get that freaking taunt. It's pretty cool. Look at this. And yeah, look, I'm basically pulling him as well. All right, let's go into the third ability, guys. The third ability, Justice Punch. Dashes forward until he hits an enemy champion or terrain, dealing 94 magic damage to enemies and knocks them up for 0.75 seconds. Deals 50% damage to minions, basically, so you can't just completely wave clear. So it's simple, just like this. And let's go. Boom. Okay. Does not work with the target lock. Boom. Simple. Doof. Boof. Dude, that is pretty sick, guys. Come on now. You're just literally lunging. You're lunging towards them, man. Boom. Okay, enough of that. You get the point. You get the point. Alright, Hero's Entrance. Grants Shield of Durand's passive shield for 3.5 seconds. Basically, what that was is the, you basically get shield. So you will get that passive shield for 3.5 seconds to all allied champions near the target and designated position of his landing spot. After 2.5 seconds, Galio arrives at the location, dealing 156 magic damage to nearby enemies and knocks them up for 0.75 seconds. So, alright guys, this is the coolest ability ever. As you can see, I have a dummy target, which is my teammate, which I could just lunge down into. So, it is pretty cool, guys. It is pretty freaking cool. But those are basically all the abilities explained, guys, and the passive. So let's start getting into some combos. Alright, guys, let's get into the combo. So we're going to go over the first combo. The first combo is where you skill 3 into skill 2, which is just very simple. And you basically hold it and explode it. But you could also do it extremely fast, depending if you feel like they're going to flash or something. Do whatever you want. But I recommend holding it. Boom. Just like that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, you can do it where you skill 2 and then use your skill 3. So basically you go like this and you go in. So it's very simple. You could do it in any order, but if you are far away, I recommend you to use the skill 3 first. Now, you also want to do a full combo with your first skill as well, where you just engage you know, you stun them up, and you just combo them. So what you're going to want to do is skill 3, auto attack, skill 2, auto attack, and then use your skill 1. That's the full combo right here. And then you hold this, boom, auto attack, boom. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Or you could do S2, skill 3, and skill 1. Just like that. Simple, simple stuff. Alright, so now we're going to go over one combo that you could do when you are against, well, when you're using your ultimate. Basically, when you're using your ultimate. So the way your ultimate works, guys, is you TP to your teammates. So when you TP to your teammates, you're going to want to use the combo I taught you in the first time, where it is S3 with S2. Or you can do S2 with S3, depending on how close you are. But in this scenario, I'm actually kind of far from the enemies. So let's do it. Boom. Simple, simple, simple. And if they are close, if these guys for some reason, well, if you're TPing on your teammate and they're literally going to be right on top of them, then you could literally use your ultimate and then your S2 with your S3, all right? Boom. Simple. Simple combos, guys. Those are going to be the main combos that you are going to want to use on Galio. I recommend you guys to practice them a little bit, but this champion is really fun, and I'll be really interested to see how he will be played. But with that, let's get into the build/runes you want to be using. Alright, boys, we're now here at my Galio loadout. Now, this is good, guys, because I'm going to be telling you a support Galio loadout and also a AP Galio loadout for mid laning. So let's first break down the support items. You're going to want to go Zeke's Deadsman's Plate, Mercury's Glory, and I feel like this will be really, really good, especially when you want to have very fast movement speed in order to really secure your skill 2 and get that bonus by holding it longer on them, so the taunt lasts longer. You also got the Mask in here, which gives you great stats, Force of Nature, and Omens. Now, for the support build, guys, items can depend on each game. So, depending on what you're up against, you got to think about it. But this will be a fantastic starter build. Now, for the runes, you're going to want to have Electrocute, because with Electrocute, you're always going to be using a bunch of your abilities. So, it just makes sense to have Electrocute for that burst damage. You're going to run Weakness, Hunter, Titan for that tenacity, because you're going to be going right in there, and you don't want CC to really be stopping you too much. And, of course, Pack Hunter. Now, for the spells, you're going to run Heal and Flash. You could also run Ignite, but since you're support, please run the Heal. So, this is a pretty standard support build that you guys would be seeing in general, but let's get right on into the AP loadout. Okay, so here's the AP loadout, guys. Now, this is a build that I have personally came up with. I don't know for sure if this will be the best Galio build. I think we'll later find out, but this is a great spot to start off with, okay? You're going to be running Rod of Ages, Infinity Orb, Glory again for the boots, and Rabadon's Death Cap for that extra AP damage, Leandri's Tournament, and Void Staff. This is a pretty decent build, but I would love to see how the people are going to be using him and see what works best on him. Now, for the runes, it's a little different here. Since you're mid laning, you're going to need Brutal and Sweet Tooth. These are very critical, and that's the only things that's different from the support runes, because you're going to be needing to do a little bit more damage and have more sustain for yourself. Now, you can run Ignite or even Barrier, guys. It just depends on what type of matchup you are. You only run Ignite if you want a higher kill potential in lane, but if you feel like you want to play safer in the lane, run the Barrier. You won't die. So this is a pretty good setup for mid lane Galio and support Galio. So make sure to leave anything else in the comments down below that you guys have questions on, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more guides just like this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.